Hey everybody, what's going on? Welcome back to another LEGO mansion update. So we've got this massive mansion that we're constructing on this private island. Yeah, we're going to continue working on this thing here today, and I am super excited about it. Specifically, we're going to be working on the second floor. So we've added some interior details, such as some couches, a nice kitchen with a pantry, an island, an awesome looking stove, kitchen table, fridge, pretty much everything you would find in a kitchen, right? Then we've got this really neat bedroom here, which is all tiled off, and it looks pretty awesome. And then it also has this massive ensuite washroom with a crazy looking shower. It looks pretty good. Like, the second floor is coming along nicely. The arcade looks awesome. And the movie theater underneath the helipad looks incredible as well, but it still looks pretty rough. We need to work on fixing up some of these walls, constructing some interior walls, finishing these walls off, and then we need to tile it all off because that doesn't look too good. We've got too many exposed studs in this mock. So, of course, today I'm going to attempt to get all of that stuff done. Woo! That was a pretty lame attempt of removing the helipad to showcase the theater, but if you haven't seen it, here it is. It's pretty awesome. It's got all sorts of props and replicas, an awesome looking crooked projector at the moment, just needs to be straightened out there. There's the movie posters, and then there's Honey, Where Are My Pants on the massive movie theater screen. So yeah, I'm pretty excited about that. It's all tiled off. This section of the mock is complete. So the first thing that we're going to work on today is tiling off the hardwood floor, because guess what? Recently, well, not recently, over the last few months as I've been working on this project, I've been ordering pieces that are being shipped slowly but surely from Denmark, and some important pieces arrived. I ordered 1x6, 1x4, 1x8, 1x3, 1x2, and 1x1 reddish brown tiles, and it looks like our 1x2s, 1x1s, and also 1x6s have arrived. I'm hoping that's enough to get the hardwood floor done here on the second floor and also in the lobby. So today in this video, I want to get that all tiled off. I hope those parts are going to do it for us. I think they might. Can you imagine when this is all tiled off? It's going to look so much better. So let's get started with the tiling. I guess I should probably mention to everybody that this isn't really tacked out right now. I know, it doesn't look good because when I put these floors back, I was working on them on my desk, and when I put them back, I just sort of threw them on there because I knew I'd be continuing to work on this at my desk. So that's why this looks sort of not good at all right now. But I hope to improve that today, of course. It really is unfortunate. It's going to be hard to do with just 1x6s, 1x1s, and 1x2s because we need 1x8s to like offset it. And I would hate to use all 1x6s and 1x2s. It just doesn't really make sense, right? And then here you can see we've got 5 studs. So we need 1x2s and 1x3s, but we don't really have any, or 1x4s and 1x1s, but it's just going to drive me nuts. These parts like need to get here ASAP so I can finish all of the tiling here. It is ridiculous. Now it's like the zebra stripe, and I don't really have a way of finishing it, so we're going to do everything we can today, like on the second floor, but we're really at the mercy of waiting for the parts to arrive. Now, a lot of people ask me, why do you order your parts from LEGO rather than from Bricklink? Yes, sometimes the Bricklink parts are quicker than the LEGO parts because LEGO ones come all the way from Denmark. However, tiles, I've noticed, are so much cheaper from LEGO. Also, they're brand new, and you get GWPs and double points, etc. So they're a way better value to order from LEGO, and that's why I do it. However, sometimes the wait is just ridiculously long. But I know these tiles are going to arrive here within the next couple weeks, I hope. But look at that. It's coming along really nicely. So we've got to think about this wall. We've left this open here, and this is the wall that's going to enclose the arcade. We also have to think about where we're going to put that staircase. Some people have mentioned that I should just continue this spiral staircase up to the penthouse suite, but that's not really going to work. It's just not going to work, unfortunately. So I've decided that we're going to build the wall right here, and we're actually going to integrate that staircase into that wall using snot bricks. I'll show you how we're going to do that in one moment, because at this point, I don't even know how we're going to do it. It's going to be right here, and the stairs are going to go up. And then there's going to be this little nook here. Originally, we thought we were going to put our gym there with C-3PO on his treadmill, right? But it's pretty tight in there. There's not a whole lot of room for other gym equipment. And I think a mansion like this would have a larger gym than just that. So I think the gym is going to go on the top floor of the mansion. And we're actually going to turn this into like a little reading nook. I actually read that from a comment in the last video. We've got a bookcase here, so we're creating another bookcase for this wall. And then we're going to put this beanbag style lounger chair that I built not too long ago right there. And this is going to be like a little reading nook. See here, for example, though, we need 1x8s, right? Because if we just cover that all with 1x6s and 1x2s, I guess it wouldn't look too bad if I put 1x6, 1x2 and sort of stagger it that way. But it would be way better if we had some 1x8s, just because it would help conserve the amount of pieces that we use. And plucking these out and swapping it up with 1x8s when we get them would be a nightmare. Something else we need to construct today is the exterior wall here. I just had some 1x10 bricks there. I thought maybe this should be a solid wall because the bathroom's right there. This is a nice shower and you need some privacy. But then I was thinking, well, this is a private island. Why do you need privacy? You know what? I think it'd be pretty cool if you're standing here having a shower, you're looking out these glass windows, and there's an ocean right here. That'd be pretty neat. So I don't think privacy is essential for this, and I'm just going to continue this style of wall all the way across. Yeah, I like the continuation of that wall there. And there's our book cabinet. It's actually this same style here, but 2 shelves tall. We've got some books on the top there with the bookend, and our chair and a plant. And we're going to add another plant in this corner. It's in a pot that's built using 4 of the corner snot bricks and then the jumpers on there just to add a nice texture to that pot. Yeah, that's just a cozy little nook there. Got the chair on a turntable, all sorts of reading books, the Lego Titanic over there. I think that looks pretty awesome. Now we are going to change this wall. It's gray, and then what? Doesn't really make sense. It makes sense for the bathroom because the shower wall is white, and then the other bathroom walls are gray, but it doesn't really make sense on this side. So we're going to reconstruct this entire wall so that we can make the wall facing in the house white. So what we did is we actually took this wall and we slid it forward, and then we created a double wall right here. So this is its own component, this is now its own component, and this wall right here is connected to that. And then we actually had to slide this forward, remove the pillar right there that was hosting the towel, but that allowed us to change the interior wall so now it matches. Definitely looks a lot better. And then I whipped up the worst piece of contemporary art you've ever seen and put it on the wall there. It's not that bad. But there we go, it's coming along nicely besides the unfinished floor. So the next thing we're tackling is the balcony right here. And this balcony goes over top of the patio, if that's what you want to call it, I guess. And that patio has the swimming pool, and it's all tiled off in the dark tan and light gray. So we're going to match the tile job and then add some detail to the balcony. Starting to think about the arcade wall now as well. Not sure what we're going to do for the doorway leading in there. There for sure has to be a door because the arcade is very loud. Don't really want that next to the reading area and the kitchen. Also, the garage is there as well. So there needs to be a door of some sort. So of course that leads us to our windows and door drawers. Thinking maybe we could just use, you know, standard door frames, or I could use like a garage door. That might be pretty neat. And then I came across these. And I know they don't really match the modern style, but I'm sold on using these classic castle doors. They're so neat. And I just think it's going to be so cool when you got these awesome double doors that lead to the arcade. I've got an issue though. I cannot find another one of these specialized bricks right here that hold that door in place. There is one set in this Lego room that has the part I am looking for. And it is one of the oldest Lego sets in this room. It's known as Majesto's Tower. And I am honestly thinking of stealing one of those elements just for now so that we can set up the doors leading to the arcade. So Majesto, I am so sorry, buddy. We're going to be stealing a part from your tower. So I put this section back just so I can test fit the doors, and I think that's so cool. I love it. It's going to be awesome. Have this door open, leading to the arcade. Pretty neat. Just adds to the overall feel of the house, you know? Now I'm trying to think about what we're going to do here in this section of the wall and also in this section of the wall, because that all needs to be pretty much solid as well. So gigantic fireplace. That's what I constructed next. Boom. There it is. What did it take? An entire cup of masonry bricks. Some large arches. It's 3 studs wide. Some gold cylinders. Some 8 wide arches on the top there. And some larger arches going over top of the actual fire area. I did the black background so those flames really pop. And it is just a beast. This is going to be a good support structure for the second floor. Now I forgot about something. Oh my gosh, I said I was going to put a staircase going right there, and I said that the spiral staircase in the atrium wasn't going to work. Well, guess what? It's going to have to work now because I just constructed this for right here. So I'm no longer going to be able to put a staircase going up there built into the wall like I originally planned. But hey, things change when you're filming Lego vlogs on custom creation. So there we go. Giant fireplace built. I think it's pretty cool. You got to add some sort of modern art, maybe a statue or a vase or something in that large archway that I left open above the fireplace. But now we're going to have to create a different spiral staircase that goes on the second floor of the atrium and goes up to the 3rd floor, which actually isn't the end of the world because it saves space in our house area. So that's pretty cool because I don't really want to dedicate this whole spot right here to a staircase when we can have awesome things like a fireplace, right? Or a reading nook, or shelves, or a bedroom, or a kitchen, or a couch area. And check it out, the patio details are coming along great. Look at this, I'm working with Simon today, and he created this epic barbecue right here. Isn't that thing cool? So many different parts are jammed into this thing to make it happen. We've got some hinge elements, brackets, snot bricks, modified 1x2s, tiles. Like, it is actually ridiculous. That is such a cool barbecue. I've made a cool barbecue in the past, but it wasn't as cool as this. And look at this. It's scorching red hot inside. It's got some knobs. Yeah, super cool barbecue. Also added a glass table that sort of matches the interior glass table. And he's working on a couch right now for the patio as well. Patio or balcony, whatever you want to call it. Uh-oh, I think I just made a mistake though. I've always said that this section of the mansion is going to be taller than this section over here. But I just made this fireplace, which is going to support the 3rd floor, the height of this section over there. So I think I've got to reduce the height of that so it matches these walls. But that's not a hard change at all. Really just reduce the height of these masonry bricks and cylinders. But yeah, now I've got to think about how that's going to work because look, these walls are different heights. How are we going to construct the plates using all of these tan plates over there for the 3rd floor? I don't know. That's, once again, a lot of trial and error. I figured it out. What we're going to do is just reduce this wall height for 2 studs so it matches here. So just these 2 studs will come down so it matches this height of the wall. And same with right here. And then the 3rd floor is just going to be from here like that. So that will just be one giant plate similar to how that is. And then the walls of the 3rd floor are going to be built onto the actual structure. So it's going to be different than this. There's not going to be removable walls like this one here. It's going to be more like a modular building that you see in a Lego set today. And that will sit on top of the 2nd floor. And then we're going to have to worry about the front walls here because this atrium is going to be carried up through. So these atrium walls for the 3rd floor are going to be built on top of the 2nd floor atrium walls, but they're actually going to be removable because these ones are fixed. So they're stuck in there. So then what we're going to do is make a removable wall panel similar to this one for the walls of the atrium 3rd floor. So there's quite a few different sections, but technically speaking, this whole entire mock can be taken apart just like a modular building. Granted, some of the walls come out, some of the floor panels come out, some of the floor panels have walls built into them. You just got to sort of know how to take it apart and where all the pieces are. I cannot wait to finish this thing. It's going to be so crazy. There's going to be so much stuff going on. Just slowly but surely getting it done, because there's a lot of mini mocks that have to go into it, right? That take a while to construct and come up with the design process and like the idea of it, and then actually implementing it and having the parts to do it. Like, for example, getting the reddish brown tiles has taken months because they're on their way from overseas, right? So it's just a matter of visualizing how you're going to do it and then getting the parts and actually executing those ideas. I guess it's been a while since we've actually had a look inside the garage, hey? These are the Speed Champions that are in there for now, and eventually those are going to get swapped out for different ones. And the drivers will be removed as well. Also, I've got a bunch of parts on order. They're actually on order, everybody, to upgrade this beam here. There is the upgraded beam over here. It uses tiles and brackets to make like lights in the garage. Unfortunately, the lights don't actually light up. They're just Lego lights made with trans yellow plates, but eventually that beam's going to look good, and the Technic bricks will no longer be exposed. But as you can probably tell, this section of the mansion is completely deconstructed right now, and we ended up tiling off the floor over here. Right when you walk in, there's a really nice dark green and black tile accent, and then the dark orange 1x2 tiles alternating there. We've got our nice tree there, and also we've popped a little bar right there. It's an angled bar. I guess it's a little bit sheltered by this tree. The tree might change, but it's a pretty neat looking bar. Uses these interesting shaped pieces and triangular tiles and like those awesome corner tiles, and that's just held in spot by a jumper, and it's on a unique angle there. And then I've left this spot open right here. Probably have like a drink mixing station back there, like a place where there's actually like spirits on the wall and stuff like that. And then this here is actually jumpered in spot, and this of course is the wine cellar, and it's behind the bar. Whoops, should probably use two hands, Jordan. Clever. But yeah, that's going to be the wine cellar right there, and then eventually this will all be tiled off once we complete the other components of the bar. We also changed this up here, so this is all tiled off now. So that's good, makes it look a little more finished. We also rebuilt these walls. They're a little bit better constructed here. There's not like these weird open gaps and stuff like that. And you can see the notch right here. So these are now the same height as I was discussing earlier in this video. And we actually had to replace the larger window with a smaller window there to make this notch work. And that will all make sense when we place the first section of the second floor, which of course is one big unit, and I am putting it all on the line right now by carrying it with one hand. So yeah, let's not do this one-handed. So that gets tacked down in all four corners, the center, and then also the beam. Yeah, pretty neat, hey? Look at this. We've got this wall fully constructed. There's that awesome door framed in the brown elements. Boom. Leading into the arcade. The white masonry wall right there. The little reading nook, and this here has been retailored as well. You can see there's the 1x plate with the jumper, or sorry, with the slide on the bottom there, and that sort of goes over the reddish brown tiles. And this was actually modified here as well because this blends better with this white pillar or this white wall. So there's some snot bricks under there, and then those cheese slopes. And this angle plate here, or wedge plate, also looks good. It increases the size of that mantle, and it just blends perfectly with this area of the mansion. Definitely way better than a large staircase, in my opinion. And we also changed up the back of it as well, so it's solid light gray rather than the masonry. It just makes a little bit more sense for the arcade there, and that looks beauty. Also, all of this now is capped off. These were all exposed studs before. So this is all capped off the wall color. If it's black, it's topped with black. If it's white, it's topped with white. Gray with gray, etc. So that looks pretty sweet. You'll see this here. This is actually a beam that's going to support the next floor, right? The penthouse. We just need some sort of support structure because this matches the height of this wall. These walls are a little bit shorter here because if we made like the bathroom walls this height, it'd be a little bit hard to get in there and actually play with or see the detail. So that's why we decided to make these walls a little bit shorter than the exterior walls. Over here, you'll see the piano's tacked down. Now, originally, I thought the piano was going to go in the entrance, but decided to put it up here with all of the other house stuff. It's tacked down at this interesting angle here, and there's also a little bench there that's tacked down at that same angle as well. So that's definitely a nice addition to this area. So this wall panel has been slightly modified as well. There used to be a section of it that was actually attached to the mansion over there, but now it's one large piece. It's a little bit fragile because I used 1x4 plates to support it on the bottom, because that's all the light gray plate that I had. Eventually I'm gonna have to probably get some like 1x16s or 1x12s or 1x10s or something like that, just to make it a little bit stronger. So it's definitely a two-hand move. You don't want to drop that thing because it will explode. That definitely improves the look of this area. It's starting to look more like a house except for the floor. I know, but this is pretty cool. I like how this is one big removable wall. So cool, right? And then this is actually pretty sweet. Imagine taking a shower there. That's awesome. Now you can see the difference in the height of the walls as well. It just makes more sense to have these ones a little bit shorter. Like maybe not like in real life, but for this model, I think it does. I don't think I've showcased this couch yet, but there it is. And this was also modified. These walls, this section right here, that's 3 studs, actually used to be attached to this wall for some reason. So that's been modified. You can see the tile there and the plate in dark orange. So this makes a lot more sense. It's like its own little module now. So with that installed, the last thing is the staircase. And it fits in there just like that. There are some replacement parts that we need to do there. Probably want to tile it off, maybe with some jumpers or something like that. Also want to replace some of those rounded 1x2 plates with the dark tan ones, and there's some other modifications that we want to make as well. Now we have to come up with the other design for the staircase. That's going to go from here up to the 3rd floor. That's going to be a challenge for another day. We're for sure going to have to order some parts for that. But look at that. That is coming along great. And guess what? We started the construction of the 3rd floor as well. It's a little bit iffy right now, but this is the early stage of it. It's not actually that iffy. It's pretty cool. So it's held together by some plate. Of course, there's some large 16x16 plates in there in various colors. Of course, the tan is all going to be tiled off. You're not going to see that. The places where you see the light gray are sort of exposed on the edges, if you will. So that's why they had to be light gray. It's held together by random tiles on the top and random plates on the bottom for now. Once it's all tiled off and actually built, it'll be just like this other floor. I know right now it sort of takes away from this mansion just because there's so many interior details, but you have to take it apart to see those awesome interior details, right? And this floor is going to have epic interior details as well. And so is the roof of this floor, because this is going to get capped off. We're going to put another pool, probably like a basketball net. Haven't quite decided. Tennis court's sort of boring. It's just green with a net. Probably a basketball court and like a big pool up top there. Haven't quite decided what we're going to do there, but I know this area is going to have a gym, a big bedroom. Who knows what else? I really haven't gotten that far yet because we're still sort of working on this floor here, and I can't wait for that to be done. When those tiles arrive, it'll pretty much be done, everybody. That's awesome, right? Like, 1st floor, almost done. We might be able to fit some more stuff in there. 2nd floor, going to be done. And then we're going to start working on this, construct the walls of that, the roof of that. Maybe something will go on the roof of that. And then we'll have to do the roof over here as well. It's going to be crazy. It's intense. What a huge mock. Like, it is massive. Like, it's crazy. You know, when it's all built, I'm going to do a demonstration, like time-lapse style, of me sort of taking everything apart, and we'll like deconstruct the whole thing, and we'll have a look at it, like all of the different components, and then I'll do another time-lapse of me putting it all back together. It's going to be super cool. And the parts for the garage doors are on order. The parts for the windows are on order. The parts for the beam are on order. The tiles are on their way. There's a whole bunch of stuff on the way right now for the Lego room in general. And included in that is all of the parts for the mansion. Everybody, let me know what you think of these updates by commenting below. The mansion is coming along fantastic. One last look at the interior details here. Oh yeah, looking pretty sweet. And I love that large barn style, no, sorry, castle style door leading to the arcade. I think that's pretty cool. There it is from that side there. Yeah, I'm fired up. Thank you so much for coming on by. Remember to like, subscribe, and stay tuned.